Here we go. All right, Jenna, tell us about your journey and what led you to EHP.
Well, I've always led a pretty active lifestyle. As a kid, I played soccer. Even in my adult years, I played with an adult league for a long time. I'm a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I've done running, lifting, all that stuff. But with all that activity also comes injury, pains and strains and whatnot. I've had surgery on my right foot for plantar fasciitis. I currently have plantar fasciitis in my left foot. I've had 2 labral tears in my hip, so I've had that operated on. And then up till a couple of years ago, I was doing okay, and then I was sitting doing a desk job for 8 hours a day. I started having some really significant back pain, which led me to my chiropractor. He said that my upper spine was starting to fuse, and my lower spine, I was having some subluxation, likely due to trauma based on my athletic background. So I was told that I basically was not going to be able to lift heavy weights anymore. I couldn't sit for a living. Standing also hurt, so I couldn't really stand in one place for a living. So I made some changes. I was tired of sitting and gaining weight from not being able to move. So I changed jobs to a job where I could move more often, but the pain was still not subsiding. Well, I didn't really like the answer that I should just not do anything, because that just wasn't helping either. So I figured if it hurt to work out and it hurt not to work out, I might as well be healthy.
Right.
So I joined EHP off of recommendations from a friend of mine who also had some physical ailments. And that brought me in here. I figure if I can't beat my pain, I'm going to definitely be stronger than it.
Okay. And when you joined EHP, I think you finished your base camp on the night that we shut down for quarantine.
Sure did.
How did joining, I guess, in shutdown, how did that impact you and I guess us transitioning to an at-home situation?
You know, I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise for me. One of the things that I also battle with is an anxiety disorder. So stepping into the gym for the first time was a very difficult, challenging thing for me to do. So being able to start from home personally was actually kind of a nice way for me to be able to ease into some of the workouts. They weren't quite as strenuous as they probably would have been in person. I got to see some of the regular people who would work out online at the same time as I did, a little bit of familiarity with the coaches that way. And I think that really helped me feel confident about coming back into the gym, being able to start from home. The downside, of course, was not knowing if I was doing everything correctly. Can't really see everything on a 2-way screen.
Right.
But I mean, we did what we did, and it worked, and it still helped.
Good. How has EHP impacted your life so far?
EHP has impacted me mostly through confidence in 2 ways. Like I said, I always struggled with an anxiety disorder, so being able to come in here and to try something totally out of my element, out of my comfort zone, was a challenge in itself. And to come back again, over and over again, helps to build that confidence. The other part of that confidence comes from dealing with pain. I think one of the things that those of us who are in pain always deal with but don't really think about is the fact that we always have that element of fear. Fear that if I do this, it's gonna hurt. If I do this, it's gonna hurt. Like if I'm going down to do a squat, can I get all the way down, and is my back gonna support me to come back up again? So being able to do slow, concise movements that are all controlled, that has given me the confidence that I need to be able to build the strength that I need to start to suppress some of that pain.
Good. So this might be a similar question then than what we've been talking about. Any specific hurdles in life you have been able to overcome?
I think life-wise, yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped with some of my anxiety. I've actually taken on an entire new career path since I've started here, which was not something that I really anticipated being part of the package. I guess when I walked into EHP, I thought I was walking into a gym, and I walked into a community, and it's become so much more than just a place to work out. As far as hurdles go, every time I walk in here, it's a hurdle. I don't know what I'm getting myself into with some of these workouts. I look at some of the things I can see other people do, and I'm like, oh, there's no way I can do that. And Sometimes I can't, and that's okay, and there's modifications for that, and sometimes I can, and I shock myself. And even at my age, I'm able to do new things, which is a lot of fun.
Good. Would you recommend EHP to others in your shoes? If yes, and why?
I would absolutely recommend EHP. Whether you're in physical pain, emotional pain, I think we all have our struggles that we fight with, and exercise is a wonderful way to be able to relieve some of that, especially the emotional pain. And the community here, the sense of community is just outstanding. You're always going to have somebody here who can support you emotionally, mentally, physically. There's always somebody who's got your back. As far as pain goes, you're never going to be able to get over the pain without some sort of work and effort, as far as I've noticed. Every time I've had some sort of pain, you know, you go to the doctor, they push you through physical therapy. Sometimes that physical therapy can hurt. You have to be able to be willing to put forth the effort and the work, and EHP shows you how to do that in the right way so that you can become stronger mentally, physically, and help to get over some of that pain.
Good.